Good morning, everybody. Uniquely Lady Charlotte. Get that little piece under control. And I know it's been a while, but I've been extremely busy. But I did miss all of you guys. So let's see what's been going on in my life. Well, yesterday, I witnessed someone that I was talking to get stung by a wasp on the eyelid. Yeah, it freaked me out too. We were just standing right there talking, and all of a sudden it just dropped down and stung him on the eyelid. I swelled up shut, but it eventually, the swelling went down. He used alcohol wipes, and the swelling went down after a couple of hours. Let's see, anything else? Uniquely Lady Mama, she's doing fine, staying out of the sun and the heat. Let's see. I watched a man have I witnessed, not watched him. Well, I watched helplessly, but I watched a man have a episode of, I don't want to say it was dementia. I don't want to say it was Alzheimer's. I don't know what it was. He just said that, well, let me tell you what happened. So I go to the rent office, and I'm talking to the rent lady. And then, I go in, and this guy's already in there. And he's talking, and she's like, I don't understand what you're saying, sir. You're not making any sense. I'm trying to help you, but I don't understand. So I stand, out in the little living room part, and I'm listening to see if I can possibly help clear up anything. So the man is saying stuff like, rabbit, dog, wind, and I was in the can. I'm going down to lay down. Lay down. He was just saying different things like that, different phrases, fragmented phrases, talking about stuff that wasn't there and all of that. And so she was highly frustrated because she had been dealing with him maybe 10 to 15 minutes before I got there. So when I came and I'm trying to help, and I realized he can hear me, he can understand what we're saying to him, but his brain not responding like it should. And I remember when I got hit playing softball, where I had a concussion, but over a few days, I lost my memory for a little while. That was funny. I think I did a story about that on here, but I did that. So anyway, I had a progressive concussion. I eventually lost my memory, and then eventually it came back. But it got worse before it got better. And then, but with this guy, when he couldn't make sense of what he was saying, I realized by looking in his eyes, he understood, because when I got hit that night, I understood what the referee was saying. The referee was saying, how many fingers do I have up? But I kept extending my hand to say, nice to meet you. But on the inside, I was saying, that's not what I want to say. But I couldn't say what I wanted to say, but I could understand. So he was doing that same thing. And he was getting frustrated. First, he was laughing about it. And, I'm like, well, sir, are you here to apply for an apartment? And then he could say, no. So I said, okay. Now, at the time, we don't know if this man's going to become violent. We don't know what's going to happen because he's growing more and more agitated with himself. So I was telling him to just calm down, and we're going to figure out what it is that he needs. So she was like, are you here to pick up the stove and the refrigerator from the apartment? He was, yes, okay. So I asked her, I said, have you seen him before? She said, I believe he was here last week, and he picked up a stove and refrigerator. That's what made me, ask him, because he looked familiar. So I said, well, sir, do you need us to call an ambulance? He said, no. So, okay. But then he started talking about sky, river, tree, rocks, David, Joshua, David. And so I'm like, okay, those are biblical names. But I'm like, we just couldn't get it. So that went on for like another 10 or 15 minutes. And so I had to go, because I had to go to work. But I called back and checked on her and asked her what happened to the man, because I thought about him all day. He was so frustrated. I remember he bent over one time all the way on the ground, and he was just like, ah. So I'm like, we're looking at him like, okay, I'm going to have to take this potted plant and plant it on top of his head or something, because I don't know what's happening. So when I called her back, I said, how did things go? Is he still there? Did you end up calling the ambulance for him? Because he was disoriented. Anything he said, nothing made sense. Like I said, they were all fragments. And she said, you know what? She said he went down to that apartment because he drove over there. Had a nice big Silverado truck. It was nice. And the motor was still running outside. Because I forgot to tell y'all this part. I asked him, did he walk to the apartments? And he said, no, that's my truck outside. He got that part out. But after that, he lost it again. So I looked out the window and I saw his truck. So I'm like, okay, it's an expensive truck. It's nice. So he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's got a truck. It's nice. Paid a little money for it. So something else must be wrong. All right, so when I called her back, she told me, she's like, girl, do you know that he went down there to that apartment? And I was thinking, I need to go check on him to see if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. She went down there. She said he was talking to her just as normal, just as plain, and he apologized for that and upsetting her and all that. And she's like, well, what was going on? He told her that he has something to where his brain stops working and he becomes incoherent, and that he can't make sense out of things. He understands what's being said to him, but just all of a sudden his brain just goes haywire and he can't do anything about it. So she asked him what the doctor say, and he told her that the doctor said there's nothing they can do about it, but eventually it's going to get worse. So and I'm thinking, this man is driving. He's driving just trying to make a living. Just trying to make a living. And he has to deal with this issue. So that's what happened with that. So when I left the rent office and I was headed to work, then I get up in Salisbury, and there's a lady standing on the sidewalk across from the swimming pool in Salisbury. She's just standing there and looking up at the sky, and she's got both her hands out like this, and she's looking up at the sky and she's talking. So I said, now, I see one more thing that's out of the ordinary. I'm going back home because something is happening in the world. Something is happening. But anyway, I found out who that lady was, and she's very spiritual, but she also has some mental issues, and she does that. So that's her way of going outside and praising God. Oh, well. Like I said, there's been some interesting things happening here lately. Did y'all see on the news where that lady, the guy tried to steal her car in Georgia? And he was sneaking up inside. They showed him sneaking up inside her car while she was, I think she was inside pumping fuel. And she came out. You know, you got a key fob for them cars. She came out, and he was sneaking up on the side of her car. Well, he jumped in her car, and she said she heard her car revving up like he was going to take off. She was startled, so she grabbed the gas pump, the handle, and she just let him have with all that gas inside of her car. She just turned he jumped out and ran and jumped back in the car that dropped him off to try to steal her Chrysler 300. It looked like a Chrysler 300. So, yeah, she got her seat soaked up with gas, but she didn't let that man take her car. She just pumped his tail with that gas. Yeah, so anyway, see what else happened. A lot of bad stuff happening. I don't even like to talk about the bad stuff, but people just killing people for no reason. No reason at all. No reason at all. There's so much going on in Charlotte right now. It's ridiculous. More than, of course, it was several years ago, but I mean, it's actually everywhere. It's depressing to even watch the news now. I want us all to pray for the family that lost their dad. He had 6 adopted children, or maybe, anyway, they got father of 6. Let me say it like that. He was a father of 6. He was at the beach in North Carolina, and a freak wave came up, and he was playing with his children in the water, and a freak wave just came up and hit him so hard that it knocked his head against the sand, and he broke his neck, and he died. His throat swelled up, and he died. That's terrible. Father of 6. You just never know when it's your time to go, or how you gonna go. But don't become fixated on that. That's just one appointment we got to keep. That's one appointment you got to keep. But I'm not going to get into that. Let's see what else has been going on. Things are great at my new chapter. The new chapter I'm reading is absolutely fabulous. I love everything about it. I also said that about the last chapter. But, I mean, I did enjoy being at the last chapter, too. I did. I made some great friends over there. Made some great friends. And we still talk now. But, the new chapter is, it's more like me. It's more like my personality. I have a lot of creative freedom. So, I enjoy that. I meet different people all day long. I love that. Boss is phenomenal. Great guy. Staff, absolutely wonderful. Perfect. Couldn't ask for a better job. I mean, I liked everything about the chapter before the last chapter. But, you know, times change. Everybody over there was really cool, too. At the chapter, 2 chapters ago. They were really cool. I enjoyed everybody. But now it's time to learn something new. That's all. Time to learn something new, meet some new people, and catapult myself forward. All right, I'm going to go. I got to concentrate now. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.